What city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the US, let me know what country you're representing. Before I go any further, I need to make sure that you guys can hear me. Let me know, fam. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. If you can hear me, shoot me a thumbs up. Let's see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Where you at, fam? Okay, I'm going to assume that you can hear me. So, moving on. For the second time, fam, this is very interesting. Well, before I go in, let me say this. If you have not done so already after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop first. If you want to skip the line, you can jump into the super chat. The super chat will guarantee that your comment go noticed. I am going to go in on this subject and then I'll come back to the chat, starting with the super chat, and then I'll work my way over to the regular chat. So going in, fam, for the second time this week, Donald Trump, your president, has appeared to be resigned to the idea that former Vice President Joe Biden is going to whoop on his natural ass come November. He told Fox News' Sean Hannity that Biden is going to be president because some people don't love me. This dude is the president of the United States. And he's going around talking about some people don't love me. During a town hall meeting in key swing state, Wisconsin, he fell back on his criticism of Joe Biden, calling Joe Biden someone who suffers from cognitive decline. He also said whenever he talks, he can't put together two sentences. And he said that, I don't want to be nice or unnice. The man can't speak. Bam. If I ever heard the pot calling the kettle black, this is it. This dodo bird, super dummy, the tangerine tornado, says that Biden can't speak. You know, listen, yeah, Biden, he can't speak. I get it. But Trump can't speak either. I have never seen two more unqualified candidates for president, final candidates for president, mind you, than I've seen in this moment in history. It is absolutely ridiculous. Why is Trump appearing to cave in? You know, he's so used to being right. He's so used to being a winner and winning. What happened to that talk of winning? You know what happened? Coronavirus happened. Coronavirus stepped in and snatched the election right up from under his feet. Things was going just as planned, because it didn't matter if the country was suffering socially. It didn't matter if we have a record number of teenagers committing suicide. Didn't matter if there was a record number of poor people out of jobs. It didn't matter if race relations were more strained today than they've been in decades. None of that mattered. Money matters in America. So as long as the economy was doing good, he figured he had a good chance. Well, now that the economy is suffering and you have states like Texas going back into a re-lockdown, man, that is trouble in paradise. Now, Texas, starting today at noon, shut down bars, and the restaurants went back to 50% occupancy. I said it a few weeks ago when this idiot governor of ours, well, not ours, of yours, reopened the state, that it was too soon. But no, we got to get back to work. Ain't gonna be no damn workers if everybody dead. This COVID-19 is not playing with y'all. Houston alone has gotten record numbers of cases daily. Like, we're talking almost 1,000 new cases every day for the last several days. And other states have had similar situations. They've been under similar guidelines when it comes to what they're gonna do about this virus, how to attack this virus. You know, a lot of these states reopened prematurely. Now they got to close again. And now you got to start all the way back at square one. Had they stayed closed for just another few weeks, we probably could have gotten this thing under control. As it is, now it's out of control. So let's see how that goes. Trump said that Biden is going to be the president because some people don't love me. And he said, all I'm doing is doing my job. That's right, boy. Divide and conquer. That's your job. He also insisted that China plague, before it hit, that the country was doing just fine and we were enjoying a record number of best jobs and the best economy we've ever had. That's what he said. You know that ain't nothing is the best when it comes to Trump. He's a degenerate. He's one of the worst of the worst. How he became president is a testament to white privilege, and that is all. There is no way he could have been Black or any other ethnicity and became president with his IQ, with his uncouthness. Impossible. We can talk about white privilege being the fact that you ain't got to worry about the police shooting you just in a routine traffic stop. That never crosses your mind. Discrimination, going where you want to go, unimpeded. We can talk about all that all we want. But I think it's very clear. I don't think nobody would really argue that if Trump was white, if he was not white, he would not be president. I don't think nobody, no, even the dumbest Trump supporters, I think would acknowledge that the only reason why he's president is because he's white, period. The dude is a dodo bird. Let me go into the comments and see what the people are saying. Serena, what's up? If I don't check your channel, I don't get live notifications. I'm sorry for missing your last live. He can't talk because he's an orange chicken. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this YouTube notification. Who else is not getting notifications? And who else is getting notifications? Let me know, fam. Lisa Mobley, let me know so I can see how bad this situation is. Ivan Diaz says, Trump is sunk. Byron Brooks says, Trump just signed an order for people to be arrested if they tear down statues. Yeah, Trump wants those statues of white supremacy to stay up. See, that's what those statues are for. They're to remind those white supremacist thinking people you know, what they were able to accomplish in the past. And, you know, they're there to remind the people, remind themselves of how great they were once, how good it was for them and once upon a time. They look up to those separatists, those racists. They look up to those neo-Nazi types, the ones who want to overthrow the government, kill Americans. Trump looks up to those type of people. Trump is a supporter of these militias, these takeover type militias, these anti-government militias. Trump is a supporter of these militias. They are the ones who voted for him. Keep that in mind, fam. Trump don't give a damn about the United States of America. Trump gives a damn about Trump. He ain't got that long to live no way. So he trying to just enjoy his last few days here. Whatever he can get out of the deal right now, that's what he's trying to get. And he just trying to do anything he can to make sure that his name is in the history books for forever. If he can get a civil war out of this, oh man, that would be a feather in his hat. But I want to warn you, kick it off this time, it's going to be totally different. Now keep in mind, you lost last time. But this time around, it won't just be a loss. It's going to be something different. Because you live and you learn, and you watch history. You study your ancestors. You study the mistakes that they made so that you don't repeat them. So believe you me, won't go like you think it will. I promise you that. And all you white supremacists out there, let me tell y'all something. That slavery shit ain't gonna never happen again. Not in your lifetime. Damn sure ain't gonna happen in my lifetime. I can promise you that. Yeah, I know some of y'all, I've been hearing you. I've been reading your comments, talking about, well, you know, when we owned them, we didn't have all these problems. Well, I wish we never would have gotten rid of slavery. And yeah, slavery was a great time. See, when they start talking about make America great again, they're not talking about us. They're not talking about, you don't hear, there is no black people can honestly say that, yeah, let's make America great again. Because there was no time in American history where it was great for Black Americans, period. None, no time. There's not been a time where it was great for Asian Americans, Native Americans. No other people but white people has it been great for. You know, it's been pretty great for them, right? It's a stretch to say it was good at any point, right? Let's keep it real, fam. See, they don't like hearing that talk. They don't like hearing that real talk. They want to be coddled. They want to be coddled. They want people to be silent so they can be comfortable. But they ain't got no problem speaking out. They have no problem complaining about things that bother them. They complain all day, you know? If you think that white people don't complain about what's going on in America or whatever problems that they have in America, you're crazy. All you got to do is listen to Sean Hannity, listen to Rush Limbaugh, listen to Laura Ingraham, listen to any of them, any of the usual suspects. Just listen to them. And they complain all day, every day. Go to yahoo.com. Go into the comment sections of yahoo.com and listen. Go to any of those stories about race. Anything got anything remotely to do with race. Read some of the comments. They're on there all day long just complaining. Go to Daily Mail, complaining all day long. Go to MSN, complaining all day long. Reddit, complaining all day long. Breitbart, Breitbart, all day long, just complaining. But then, you know, Black people's main complaint is racism. That's pretty much it. That's the dog, you know, that's the dog. That's the jacket that Black people can't can't seem to get off in America. It's that racism. But they complain about everything else. Everything. But they don't like to hear those facts. When you start talking like that, something's wrong with you. Wait a minute, Willie D, you ain't playing ball. You need to be grateful that you're alive. You need to be grateful that we set your people free so you can talk. But they're not grateful. They don't have to, they're entitled. They're not grateful, they're entitled. So I'm supposed to be happy. I'm supposed to be happy that I have the God-given right to speak freely, to speak like a free man with a free mind that's uncontrolled, owned by nobody. They don't like that, but they love it when it's the white guy talking like that. They love that guy, but if a black guy talk, white guy talk like that, he's a rebel. Black guy talk like that, he's anti-patriotic. He's a radical. Lock him up. Let's kill him. The hypocrisy kills me, man. The hypocrisy. I would think that people would, you know, I know that we all do hypocritical stuff. I mean, we're human. So there's gonna be times that in life where we're gonna be hypocrites. I mean, it's human nature, right? But at least you try to work on your hypocrisy. You know, if you're cognizant of your hypocrisy, at least you try to work on it. You don't just like swim in it and think it's cool and be able to use the side of the argument you want to use when you feel like it, when it's convenient to you. Anyway, moving on. Who is that? Zacharias? No, that's is it Carlos? It's a Carlos. I believe when he sprayed the people peacefully protesting for a picture, we'll get him out the office. Trump, the first president to commit suicide. No, narcissists don't commit suicide. He's a textbook narcissist. Absolutely, Chris. To keep it real, Chris says, he don't care about those poor whites, but they think he do. Exactly. And this is something else I said before he became president. If poor white people believed that he was going to somehow enrich their lives, improve their lot in life, they were sadly mistaken. Because if he wanted to do that, he would have already had a record of doing it. He's been rich for a long time. People who are wealthy, people who are rich, that are generous, that give back to their fellow citizens, if they have a philanthropic body, gene in their body, they're gonna have some documentation that shows that they are generous. It's gonna show their generosity. You're gonna be able to see documented evidence. And Trump has zero, he has none. So what made them think that he was going to somehow, all of a sudden, start riding for them, start doing things that could improve their condition? This goes to show you how foolish they are. But they think they're smart. Absolutely amazing. Serena, I think they blocked people that follow this channel. Trump already bit WillieDLive. Yeah, you know they do. Yeah, I believe that. Tell me, there's no way I can prove it, but you know, certain things you just know. and certain things just don't make sense. You know, like I have almost 500,000 followers, but I know for a fact, you know, with the traction that I get with the people that respond to me, the inboxes that I get, the you know, just from the comments, the movement that I make when I step outside my house, it doesn't matter if I'm at a grocery store or gas station, I'm at the mall, I'm driving down the street. If I roll my window down, people notice me. And, you know, some of that is, I think, at one point, that had mostly to do with my experience in the ghetto boys. But then, you know, I started like this online thing. You know, I started like really like doing a lot of commentary online, and I started writing for different magazines and news outlets, and then a whole new legion of people got hip to me, and so it's like in all these different arenas, and even on YouTube, you know, I'm constantly like trending at the top. So really these numbers should be a lot higher on all levels. And I know it's because they got me filtered. You know, like right now, like if you look at YouTube, like you'll see like new channels on YouTube where people are selling clothes, t-shirts, jerseys, whatever they sell, caps, whatever. I can't access that feature at all. My channel, and I've had my channel longer than most, well, not most, but many of the people who have these new, who are able to sell merchandise. I can't do that on here. That's because they got me in a vice. You dig what I'm saying? And, you know, coincidentally right now, YouTube is being sued by a group of Black YouTubers who say that YouTube has been discriminating against them, you know? So it would be interesting to see how that turns out. Yeah, again, hard to prove, but I just know, you know, you know how it is, fam. You know the vibe. You know what I'm trying to say. Angel Gold, how about arresting people who shoot into a group of people, taking down one of the statues? They were they were in intensive care, maybe even died. Now, Trump is with he's for the statues, and he's for anybody that would defend the statues. I've never seen a president that so boldly take the side of some Americans. Like, he don't even try to hide his racism. He don't even try to mask it. He just blatant with it. If no other president in the history of America deserves to be a one-term president, it's him. It's him. And that's not even an endorsement for Joe Biden, because I don't think Joe Biden should be president. But who else you got? I still think that Joe Biden, that 94 crime bill, he destroyed more families more black families than even Trump has. Like he did a number, and that 94 crime bill, people are still feeling the aftershocks of it to this day. There are still people doing time from that 94 crime bill. He actually he dismantled the black community with that crime bill. And Trump, the biggest thing about him really is that mouth. Like he's a separatist. He's for police bullying, so that's why you got an uptick in police brutality and white supremacist attacks, white nationalists, neo-Nazis, Klan attacks, lynchings. It's because of Trump. It's him. The dude is poison. Serena says, Willie, you called this a long time ago. You were right. Appreciate that. Appreciate you, Serena. And look, sometimes I say things and, I'll make predictions and I don't really want to be right. I'm like hoping I'm proven wrong, just like the states, reopening too soon. I thought that was a horrible idea. And I suffered financially while those states was on lock. I couldn't move around. I mean, we had a tour. Me and Brad was getting ready to go back out on tour. So, I lost a big bag, when that happened. And I'm about to lose a bag again because they just the stuff that we put off or we postponed, we try to get it back going. And right as we're getting it back going, the state shuts down again. They start shutting down again. So money gone. Money gone. This year is pretty much a wash. For me, as far as entertainment, it's a wash, So I lose money, but I ain't tripping on that too much, thank God, I'm in a position, where I don't need it. So I can't compare my situation to other people's situation who might be in more dire needs, of bread. So I don't want to do that. But at the same time, I think all of us got to sacrifice a little something, to get back right, to be made whole again in terms of where we are with this health crisis. Lamont says, that's why Houston has some of the biggest new cases. Yeah. And as soon as the governor reopened the state, I believe it was like that same weekend. Yeah, it was the same weekend. They had the big party at Clay nightclub. And that's where you saw that big pool party that was happening in Houston. And you had like people just on top of people at that pool party. And I saw that and I was like, yeah, they're gonna all be sick in a few weeks. Sure enough, Houston is almost out of hospital beds. What's up, Lillian Parker, Stephen Price? He said this country is on suicide mode. Veronica Alvarado says, all this crime and vandalism is on Democratic states. Is that right? I have to look into that, but Texas is not a Democratic state. Had a lot of crime and vandalism here also. Not as much, but we had some. The worst vandalism that's happening in America is the vandalism that Trump is causing. You know, he's the greatest vandalizer in all of the country. Fresh Brews. I was in Dallas at Prime nightclub a couple of weeks ago, and people were kicking it super tough. That's how they do. Dara Brown says, let us pray for President Trump. Who is us? What's up, Ross Simpson? Ross Simpson. Shell C, red state Florida has plenty of crime. Yep. Yep. What's up, Robert Houston? Jason Jackson, Jack Armstrong, Dark Matter, Patricia French Lewis. What's up, Arian? Do you think a person like VP Joe Biden can genuinely change from the climate we're in? I don't know, man. Joe Biden ain't never did nothing before. I mean, I just don't think he's going to do anything. I think we're going to get another 8 years wash. You know, I think if he moves the needle at all, it'll be something very small. It won't be nothing big. I don't think it'll be anything too major. And I don't think race relations will improve drastically. I don't think race relations are going to see any significant improvement with Joe Biden. I think it'll be okay, but I don't think it's going to be great. That's my take, fam. I'll holler at y'all in a minute. All right. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you, Serena, Fresh Brews, Lisa Mobley. Donald Trump, for the first time, is visibly showing weakness. He's been physically showing weakness the whole time he's been president. He's always been weak to a trained eye. We know that he's weak, he's insecure. We know that he's a lost puppy. We know this, but in the last few days, he has been visibly showing signs of weakness, and he doesn't seem as confident today as he was just a month or two ago about his chances of becoming president for a second time. He don't seem as confident. So let's see, said the blind man. November is going to be here before you know it. What do y'all think the outcome will be? Y'all enjoy y'all weekend, fam. Till next time, no more talk.